Well, good morning, and welcome to the Morning Report. My name is Willie Lawson. The Morning Report is a production of fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com. Trust that you are well this glorious Friday. It's 71 degrees here. Looking outside. My grass needs cutting. Love that. It was rainy this morning and cloudy, but the sun is trying to make its way out through the clouds, so that's a good thing. For those of you who are concerned, I'm feeling better. It's a little bit better every day, a little bit better every day. And that's really what what I teach, what I preach when I'm trying to teach saxophone, flute, and clarinet. As you guys know, I do that for a living. I try to get a little better. Try to get kids a little better every day. My students a little better every day, and my health a little better every day. Getting through the days, not nearly as tired as I was, getting through, entire shifts at work, going in at 3:30, staying till 9, and not feeling like, oh my goodness, that was a mistake. Getting over the feeling when I come home that if I try to sleep, I might end up, going to the hospital that night, getting through all that stuff. If you've been ill, you know that it's the mental thing also that weighs on you a little bit, right? Because you're worried about, golly, this is what happened last time. So I felt last time. When I had my heart surgery 10 years ago, 10 years ago, almost to the day, they told us that, they told actually all the people who were going through that, they told me that sometimes after heart surgery, a lot of times the patient will feel depressed or anxious or whatever, because hell, you almost died, right? You almost died. And so when that happens, your body remembers that trauma. So we're going through that a little bit right now, but hey, listen, God is good, don't forget it. And we're getting better on every front every single day. All righty, speaking of fronts, my first story is about the military. I am a fan of the military. I was at the age and of the mentality when I could have joined the military. I did not. And it's a lot in certain ways. Like then, when I was, 18, 20, 18, 19 years old, as it is now, the United States has not been in a major conflict officially. Vietnam had ended about 10 years before that, about 10 years before, I was 20, 21, was 10, 11, 10, 9, 10, Vietnam came to an end. And I guess I could have, but I had a chance to go to college. So I chose that. And as the years went on, eventually I aged out of joining the military. Now, I had some friends who did, and it was fine. It's cool. I didn't have anything against military service. As a matter of fact, I thought it was, as the older I got, the cooler I thought it was. So it just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. And I think that we are experiencing some of that now. The Army's recruiting of white soldiers, strangely enough, in 2023 had dropped by almost half in the last 5 years, according to a report. Now, what else has happened over the last 5 years? I think that we have to give everybody a break and put an asterisk by everything, because in the past 5 years, we had what? We had COVID, right? We had a worldwide pandemic. We had a lot of things changing, right? A lot of things that were not the same. When we had those kids who might have been leaving high school, going into military service, not do so. Why? Because everything changed. COVID made everything different. Well, what I should say, which is more correct, the reaction to COVID made everything different. Everything, whether it needed to be different or not. So I would, if I was the military, I'd put an asterisk by 2023 and probably 24, 25 as well. So that dramatic decline has coincided with a push by the service to increase recruitment of a more diverse population, according to a report. Now, again, it is a reaction that is not needed. You know, people are trying to find out why people aren't signing up. Well, those on the left would say because you need to be looking for a more diverse population, because they are trying to convince these established institutions the reason that they're suffering is because they're not diverse enough. No, no, that's really not it. Diversity is not necessarily a good thing, especially in military service. So the decline of white recruits has also coincided with the Army missing its target of 65,000 recruits by 2023. They missed by 10,000, which frankly, I don't think that's terrible. Why? Because of COVID. Military.com reported on Wednesday that the Army internal data showed a total of 44,042 new Army recruits that were categorized by the service as white in 2018, but that number has fallen consistently each year to a quote low or 25,070 in last year. The outlet also reported a 6% dip from 2022 to 2023 was the most significant drop. No other demographic group has seen such a precipitous decline. Now, it seems like you're talking about, well, the diversity that's missing is white people. White people aren't signing up for the military. There has been a largely flat recruitment of Blacks and Hispanic recruits. It's been the same, according to the report. However, due to the decline of white recruits during that time, 56.4 to 44%, the percentage of those demographics went up by 4 and 7%. At least some Army officials appear to blame Republicans because this is what they do, and conservative media for calling out wokeness in the military because I don't know. As well as obesity in the public education system. Well, yeah, when you have crappy ASVAB scores, when you have people barely graduating from high school, barely able to read, yeah, and when you have because I mean, and we start this whole obesity thing in um, elementary school with getting rid of recess when we don't allow boys to play, to run around and be crazy, when we medicate them and sit them in rows in a classroom for hours and hours and give them fidget spinners and feed them the crap we feed them, and we wonder why when they're 22 years old they may not be able to handle handle the physicalness of being in the military. That's somehow conservative media and Republicans' fault. Funny, not. The article recalled the Army's campaign to recruit Gen Z, which featured a soldier with two moms, as well as other minority populations. because that's the population that they were going after. They were going after the recruit that had lesbian mothers, because that was the thing that was missing. That was the door. Well, that was dumb. That was dumb as hell, and some people called them out on it. You missed. You took a big swing and you missed. There's a level of prestige in parts of the conservative America with service that has degraded. One Army official told military.com, you can say that you don't want to join for whatever reason or badmouth the service without any cultural guilt associated with the first time in those areas. Yes, because and I'm going to say it, because the left has done a great job of nicking, hurting all the institutions, including the military. However, it said that the drop in white recruitment has baffled the Army, and it really isn't easily explained by any one particular factor. COVID recently. And there is a cultural shift because of the teachings and the preachings of the left. Surprise, surprise. Because those very same people that the military is trying to go after to make it more diverse are the very same people who don't want anything to do with the military. You know, we say this at our house all the time. You know, we can't imagine why companies will have advertising campaigns going after people who aren't their customers. It just doesn't make any sense. Why would McDonald's advertise salads? Who are they going after? They're going to go after the vegan who's going to go into the killing field for a salad? Stupid. It's stupid. It's Bud Light going after, sticking up a middle finger to its redneck crowd, to its redneck crowd, to go after the trans community. They want to, like, Anheuser-Busch doesn't have enough products, that this woman decided that Bud Light was the product that she was going to use to break open the door to the trans community. Stupid. Just stupid. Stupid. Military.com statistics of white men declining in the labor force and at civilian universities as well. That's something else is going on. Quoting an economist from the American Enterprise Institute, men have been in trouble in the workplace for 2 generations. The greatest risk of being a labor dropout is being native born, low education, unmarried guy. The economist Nicholas Ebersot said, like with any big historic change, it's kind of hard to attribute it to a single magic bullet. It seems to me that the military should, if they're looking for white kids, white young men, find out where white young men are. Ask Dr. Peterson. There you go. Now, do we have too many young boys being raised by mothers exclusively? Yes, which also figures into the problem. It's a cultural shift. The Army, the military is going to have to participate in shifting things back if they are looking for the same sort of numbers. And I think that we all are, because some of us are too old to defend this place. We need some 20, 21-year-olds that can climb walls, could run through mud, do the things it still takes to do, that can't be done by doing this. What do you think? Write your comments in the comment section down there. Don't just keep your comments in your head. Write them down in the comment section, because if I get comments on these videos and likes and shares, more people get to see it. Write in the comment section for me. All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be back right after this.
What's going on, Tampa? Jeff Dow from JD's Pressure Washing here again, and we wanted to share something really cool with you that we're going to be doing that you can be a part of. Tampa is home to 21,000 veterans. We all love our vets, and being one myself, we wanted to find a way that we could give back. So here's what we're going to do. For every 10 jobs that we do that are $300 or more, we're going to do one veteran home for free. Now, when I say home, we're talking house wash, driveway, sidewalks, and perimeter fence if they have one. So I need your help with exposure on this so that we can get the jobs that we need, as well as the veteran homes to clean, which is going to be a total surprise for them. We're going to show up, knock on the door, and let them know right then and there in the moment what it is that we're going to be doing for them. It is going to be pretty cool. And here's a bonus offer for all of you who help us with this. We're also going to offer 15% off all cleaning that's over $300, just to say thanks. So if you could do me a huge favor, like, comment, and share this video so that we can get the word out and start cleaning homes of veterans right here in Tampa.
Alrighty, welcome back. If you think that this immigration, this illegal immigration, this illegal invasion hasn't gotten real yet, let me tell you, it's real. It's gotten real. Gotten real right now. The Texas Military Department seized a city-owned golf course located in the busiest border crossing point along the Rio Grande. The Texas National Guard then ejected the U.S. Border Patrol agents from the park and took total control of this section of the U.S.-Mexico border. That's right, the Texas Military Department kicked out the U.S. Border Patrol. The Border Patrol officials told Breitbart News that the Texas National Guard units quickly moved into Shelby Park and Eagle Pass on Thursday. Guardsmen erected barriers around the park and instructed Border Patrol agents to leave the area. This move only serves to raise the tensions at the ground level between the state and Border Patrol agents, who are bound by a policy set in Washington, D.C., the official stated. The number of crossings we saw in December return. We will be the first ones in the state to call. The state calls to deal with other humanitarian crises of that magnitude. So the Border Patrol is saying, y'all kick us out, but the second that you need something, you need to call us back. The Texas Military Department moved quickly to secure an area under the authority of Governor Greg Abbott's emergency declaration and Operation Lone Star, is what they're calling it. It's not clear whether the National Guard soldiers will do what they'll do if any migrants attempt to cross the border in the Shelby Park. My guess is that they're not going to. There'll be a show of force, and they're like, no. As Breitbart Texas reported and watched the area this Friday morning, Texas National Guard soldiers detained a small migrant group along the Texas-built border wall not far from Shelby Park. Not clear what the guardsmen will do with the migrants. I'm guessing they will. I'm just guessing. Willie's just guessing that they will take them back across the border and say, walk back the direction you came, and continue to walk that direction until we can't see you anymore. Breitbart Texas reached out to the office of the Texas governor and the Texas Military Department. The Texas Military Department, youch, with questions regarding the state's legal authority to lock federal agents out of the park. Border Patrol agents have the statutory right under federal law to enter any property, including private property, a source operating under the U.S. Customs and Border Protection stated. I don't think that's true either, but they just keep saying it like it's true, so people believe it is. The Texas Military Department told Breitbart Texas that the current posture is to prepare for future illegal immigrant surges and to restrict access to organizations that perpetrate illegal immigrant crossings in the park and greater Eagle Pass area. Now, is the Border Patrol perpetuating illegal immigrant crossing to the park? Well, yeah. The park has been the scene of confrontations between the Border Patrol and the Texas's efforts to secure the border in this area. Border Patrol agents have routinely cut the razor wire barriers that were put up by the Texas military to allow immigrants who have crossed the river to enter the park. So why? Texas put up razor wire in Texas, which they could do, and the U.S. Border Patrols have cut these wires, cut this barrier to allow people who are not supposed to be in the country into the country. Let me say that again, because I want to hear it. I want to hear it come out of my own face. Texas has put barbed wire, razor wire up in Texas, near the border, but in Texas, to prevent people who are not supposed to be in Texas or the United States from entering. But the border patrol agents have routinely cut that wire, made openings so people who are not supposed to be in Texas or in the United States to enter without being injured. Interesting. Interesting. In recent days, the number of border crossings declined from the numbers seen in the first quarter of fiscal year 24. In the last 2 weeks surrounding the Christmas and New Year's holidays, Del Rio sector agents apprehended nearly 35,000 illegal immigrants. That's 2,500 a day. During the month of December, Del Rio sector agents apprehended a record-shattering 71,000 illegal immigrants. 71,000. The Del Rio sector prior record was set in August of 2022, when agents apprehended 52,735 immigrants, illegal immigrants. The December apprehension of more than 71,000 immigrants or illegal immigrants exceeded that record by nearly 35%. So if somebody's telling you that this is just a few poor immigrants, migrants looking for a better life, 71,000 in 1 month. In 1 month. Adding to the unofficial numbers that the CBP Border Patrol reports reveals the Del Rio sector agents apprehended more than 150,000 illegal immigrants in the first quarter of the new fiscal year. 150,000. This is not just Jose and Maria and a couple of kids, in a beat up suitcase dragging across the border to find a better life. This is a full-fledged invasion. I know that sounds hyperbolic. This is a full-fledged invasion. And it's not just people from Mexico. They have found Chinese, Africans, Middle Easterns, just washing into the country and then disappearing. This is not going to end well unless we demand something. Demand it. Write, call, email, text your Congress critter, no matter what stripe they are. Let them know that this can't continue. It must not continue. Write your comments. Let me know. Let us know. Let Paul and know what you think. Comments help us get subscribers and get views, comments, likes, shares. All right, we got to get out of here and make room for someone else. So until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself. We will see you when we see you. Bye bye now.